You ever stop and think about what's really holding our world together? I don't mean in a poetic sense. I mean literally. What's the one thing, this silent, constant force, that lets our entire world even exist? Well, we're going to dive into a thought experiment that's, well, it's as terrifying as it is fascinating. What if the Earth just stopped?
So seriously, try to picture this with me. Let's just step outside of reality for a couple minutes and really walk through the physics of it. What would actually happen, second by second, if our planet's spin just slammed on the brakes? All right, so picture it. It's just a normal day, totally ordinary. Maybe you're grabbing coffee, the sun's rising, there's a nice little breeze. Everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. And then it happens. And there's no big explosion, no sound, no warning whatsoever. It's just this quiet, profound, absolute change. The Earth just stops, instantly. And what comes next? Well, it's not science fiction. This is a direct consequence of one of the most basic laws of the universe.
Okay, so to really grasp the pure chaos that would happen next, we have to talk about two things. First, the absolutely insane speed we're all traveling at right now, and second, the one merciless law of physics that wouldn't let us stop, even if the Earth did.
So get this. Right now, at the equator, the Earth is spinning at over 1,600 kilometers an hour. That is faster than a jet plane. And the only reason you don't feel it is because everything, and I mean everything, the air, the oceans, this building, it's all moving along with us. It's kind of like being in a car on the highway, right? As long as you're all moving together, it feels like you're sitting still. But what happens when that car suddenly slams into a wall?
And that's where this little thing called inertia kicks in. You probably remember it from science class. It's a simple, relentless rule. An object in motion stays in motion. So, when the Earth itself stops, we and everything else not literally welded to the planet's core, we don't.
And right here, this is the moment our nice, calm thought experiment just descends into pure, absolute chaos. The first few seconds would literally rewrite the definition of bad day as this brutal chain reaction kicks off.
So in that very first moment, every single thing, people, cars, trees, buildings, even the water in the rivers, gets launched sideways, violently. You're still moving east at over 1,000 kilometers an hour. The planet hit the brakes, but you didn't.
And this all happens so fast, it's brutal. First, you've got the inertia attack. Think of it as planetary whiplash. Right after that, the atmosphere, which is still moving, turns into a global supersonic windstorm that scours the surface. And then come the oceans. All that massive momentum just surges over the continents into tsunamis bigger than anything you could ever imagine.
And let's be super clear here. This is nothing like an earthquake or a hurricane. We're talking about every single building not anchored deep, deep into the bedrock, getting sheared right off its foundation and just tumbling away. It's a global scouring event. The surface of the planet is essentially wiped clean in seconds. And that wind, the power would be just staggering. The entire atmosphere, this huge ocean of air, just keeps on moving. It creates winds that aren't just hurricane force, they're supersonic. We're talking faster than the speed of sound. That wind alone would create so much friction and heat, it would spark fires all over the globe. Now, let's say by some absolute, impossible miracle, anything survived that first initial cataclysm. The world they'd wake up to? It would be completely alien and totally, fundamentally hostile to life as we know it.
See, with no rotation, the whole day-night cycle is just gone. One half of the planet is now locked in constant, scorching daylight. We're talking hot enough to boil the oceans. The other half, plunged into a permanent, frozen night. There's no middle ground, no temperate zones, just two deadly extremes.
But wait, it gets worse. Here's another fatal blow. That spin, the Earth's rotation, it's what gets our molten iron core spinning, and that's what creates our magnetic field. You know, that invisible shield that protects us all from deadly solar radiation? Well, without the rotation, that shield just collapses. Gone. The entire surface of the planet would be sterilized by a raw, unfiltered blast from the sun. So over the long haul, say thousands of years, the atmosphere itself would just get stripped away and lost to space. Any water left would be either frozen solid on one side or boiled away on the other. The Earth would just become this silent, barren rock, kind of like Mars or Venus, a cosmic tombstone.
So, you might be asking, why even imagine something so awful? Well, because when you pull on this one seemingly simple thread, it reveals just how interconnected and how unbelievably fragile our whole world really is. And that right there leads us to the real lesson of this whole thing.
Okay, and here's the good news. You can breathe. This is purely a thought experiment. As far as physics is concerned, there is no known force, no natural mechanism in the universe that could just bring our planet to a sudden screeching halt. So yeah, this is not going to happen.
But going through the exercise, that's what's so valuable. It kind of forces you to see that the normal world we just take for granted every single day, the sun rising, the seasons, a gentle breeze, none of that is a given. It's all the result of this perfect, delicate, cosmic dance.
So what does this all teach us? I think it leaves you with this deep appreciation for that silent, constant spin. Our entire civilization, our very existence, it all hinges on this one relentless, unnoticed motion. It's just a powerful reminder that the sweet spot for life to exist is, well, it's incredibly precise and unbelievably fragile. Because when you really think about it, the most dangerous thing in the universe sometimes isn't a massive explosion. Sometimes it's just a quiet, sudden stop.